It's about time we debunk this misconception that earning more will magically solve all of your life problems. That's why I'm sharing the 3 real reasons why you're still struggling despite earning more, and how you can overcome this in the same way I've coached my clients, in a way that you can maximize your income and fund your dreams into reality. What's up, guys? It's Nick. As you know, I'm a recovered shopaholic, now a money mindset and life coach, empowering Filipino professionals to fund their dreams into reality. So consider this. If earning more has always been the ultimate solution, then we'll see the richest people to be the happiest, to be most at peace. But that really isn't the case, isn't it? Like, look at the most famous celebrities, athletes, most successful CEOs. They still struggle with their happiness, contentment, peace of mind. I've also seen it with my clients who come to me with the problem of realizing that I've literally doubled my income, or I've seen my income increase that I've started off with. How come I still feel anxious with my finances? How come feeling ko wala pa rin ako naiipundar? How come I feel like I'm still stuck in life? And we're gonna talk about why. Starting off with the first reason, and that is believing that once I earn more, then I'll finally afford the life I want. I've also gotten into this trap, especially when I started earning, when I went into my first corporate job and then my next corporate job. It's like there's this endless income goal. Like, okay, if I get promoted to this amount, if I increase my income to this amount, I'll finally be able to do the things I've always wanted. The problem with this is that there's this constant pot of gold that you're trying to get to, but then the pot of gold just keeps moving and moving, and you keep moving and moving, but the pot of gold keeps moving and moving, and so you feel like you're in this constant hamster wheel. You're in this constant rat race, not knowing, like, when will I finally be happy with how much I can afford and how much I earn. And the deeper problem here really is that it's too vague. It's too vague when you say, when you have this kind of mindset that once I earn more, then I'll finally afford the life I want. So it starts with, like, what is the life that you want? How do you know that you can afford that life? How do you know that's what you really want? Because what I realized when I started asking myself questions about the life that I really want, then I worked backwards from there on, okay, if this is the life I want, how much income do I need? How much savings do I need? What will give me the permission to use the money I have to pursue and afford the life that I really want? Because I've seen it with my clients as well, when they're like, once I have enough bank, when I have enough money in my bank account, like, how do you know it's enough? How do you know that you've earned enough so that you could pursue the dreams that you've always wanted? That's why I love coaching my clients and starting off with really being crystal clear on painting the picture, the vision of the life that they truly want, according to their terms, according to their values, according to what it is to live out their version of freedom, to live out with more fulfillment in their life. Because if we start off from there, it's going to be easier for us to narrow down how much income do we need and how much savings would really be enough to pursue that life that we want. So for instance, like before, when I was in my corporate job, I thought the life that I want was like, okay, being able to constantly buy all the makeup I want, being able to shop as much as I want, being able to travel as much as I want. And I didn't really consider, like, what is really the life I want to wake up to every day. I was just so focused on what I can afford versus what is the quality of life that I'm waking up to every day. So when I really dug deeper into it, the life that I want is to live a life of freedom and meaning. And that's why I always talk about, like, it made me realize that I had to start off with looking into how can my career enable me to do that? How can my career give me freedom and meaning? And that led me to be like, how can I pursue being a full-time entrepreneur, being a full-time content creator, which is ultimately the life that I'm living out today. And that's the power if you start off with what it is really, the life that you want, and how can you work backwards from there. Because when I realized that, okay, being a full-time entrepreneur, coach, and content creator, that's a life I want. Okay, how can I make sure I'm financially prepared to quit my job? How can I make sure that the target income for my business would be able to sustain the day-to-day life that I want? Because I've seen this a lot with my clients when they thought that, oh, like, this is the life that I want. Like, this is what I've seen from my colleagues, this is what I've seen, what my parents told me about. But when I coach them even further, they realize, oh my gosh, all this time, I've been trying to spend my money, invest my money according to what people want, but not what I want. So I've been investing, spending, earning based on others' criteria of what success is versus like what I really want. This is what I love coaching my clients further inside my coaching program, Fund Your Freedom, where I literally have my sweet debt-proof life blueprint, where I guide them in creating crystal clear goals that they'd like to prioritize that will put them on track in funding the life that they want. From identifying what is a target monthly income that would allow them to cover the cost of their dream life. And second, what would be the clear milestones and goals that they need to achieve 6 to 12 months from now so that that could empower them, that could excite them to save consistently, knowing that they are taking the right steps, that they are progressing towards their savings in line with funding these important life goals. Because I believe you can achieve everything that you want if you're clear on what it is you truly want, not what is thrown on you, not what is expected of you, not what according to society is successful. You can achieve everything that you want when you are clear on what it really is, when you're clear on what you need to prioritize that will get you to that life that you want. And if you can identify what will really create the domino effect. This is what I've seen with my clients when they thought like, oh my gosh, I have this so many big goals in my life. How can I do them all at the same time? And my philosophy is that you just need to tick off the first domino that will create a domino effect to all your other goals. And for me, that first domino effect was really understanding how can I maximize my career, my source of income, so that I could fund my bigger goals. Because I realized if I didn't quit my corporate job, if I didn't realize that that wasn't the career that I wanted anymore for myself, I wouldn't have been able to afford the other things that I was able to afford now, like being able to solo travel for 5 days, getting married financial stress-free, being able to invest in a bigger property with my husband. Like, those are the things that naturally followed because I had to tick off the first domino in my path, which is how can I earn from doing what I love, so that knowing that I am waking up to that kind of career every day, it was easy for me to see how everything else followed. And this is what I coach my clients on, is really understanding what are those clear priorities that they need to set, that they need to achieve in the first 6 to 12 months with their income, with their finances, so that in the years to come, they realize that everything just naturally falls into place. Ultimately, if you're clear on what you want, if you're clear on your priorities, it would be easier for you to identify how much income you need, how much savings you need, so that you know that you are on track, you are progressing towards funding the life that you truly want. If you're curious to learn how I coach my clients exactly through this with a tailor-fit financial system, tailor-fit roadmap to funding their dreams into reality, check the link below to my coaching program, Fund Your Freedom. This is ultimately where my clients get the clarity, confidence, and sustainable financial system to pursue their dreams, to pursue their own version of financial freedom, and know what's finally enough to make it their reality. Link in bio to join the waitlist for my coaching program, and also you can check out there the amazing success stories of my clients so you could get inspired of what's possible for you as well. Second reason why you're struggling despite earning more is having this mindset where you believe that once I earn more, then I'll learn to save more consistently. We think that once we earn more, it will solve all of our spending habits. It will teach us how to save more consistently. But no, I've seen it many times wherein more money only amplifies, only doubles, only intensifies the existing habits that you already have. Meaning, if you feel like saving is a chore now with your current income, you'll still feel like saving is a chore with bigger income. You're gonna be like, ay, mas malaki na yung income ko, parang mas madami na akong magagastos, so I don't wanna save it na lang. Like, that's literally what my clients come to me for, is like, how can I change that mindset? How can I change my habits around that? Because what happens is, the extra income you earn, the increase in your income becomes useless. Because you still have the same habits wherein you feel like saving is still a chore, you're still impulsive with spending, or the other way around wherein if you're constantly hoarding savings now, if you're still feeling guilty about spending your money now for yourself, for treating yourself, you'll still feel the same with bigger income. I've seen that with Filipino professionals who become my clients where they've started earning six figures thinking that, oh, once I earn that six figures, I'll know how to manage my money because I have extra buffer, I have extra cushion. But no, like they are in for a rude awakening when they realize like it's the same. Maybe there's an increase in my income, but I'm still the same person. I still have the same habits. So they come to me realizing that I don't want to end up wasting these resources, this extra money that I have. That's why I'm passionate about coaching my clients in mastering the sustainable money habits with their current income first, so that when they're able to master right habits, right systems around their cash flow with their current income, they're ready to receive more. They're ready, they're prepared to increase their income. They're ready to see bigger amounts of money in their bank account, knowing that I can handle that. I've handled this amount of money with my current income, therefore I am ready to receive more, knowing that I am going to spend it intentionally and I'm going to save with purpose. Like, I always go back to my impulsive spending days. I remember in my corporate job, I was like, oh, like I wish my income would increase to 40K. And then nag-increase to 40K. And then I was like, oh, if my money increases to 60K, then I'll be happier. I'll be able to afford this. I'll be able to fast track my savings to this. And my income increased again. And I'm like, bakit parang ganun pa rin yung feeling ko? Ba't parang feeling ko hindi pa rin siya enough? Ba't parang hindi pa rin ako satisfied sa mga binibili ko? Because that's the thing. If I was impulsive at 40K, I'm still gonna be impulsive with 60K pesos coming into my bank account every month. That's why I realized that if I started my business or any business that I wanted, tapos impulsive pa rin ako sa spending ko, I would still be impulsive in spending that amount of money from my business. That's why with my clients who want additional income stream, like may it be starting their business or adding additional income stream, adding another business or earning passive income or adding investments, it's so important that I get to really help them in mastering the skill of managing their current income first with the right spending and saving habits, so that when they do add another income stream, another side hustle, or see an increase in their income, they're gonna be confident that they're gonna spend it right and save consistently every single month towards their goals. That's why my clients come to me wanting to make sure that I don't want to end up wasting more money, wasting more resources now that I have increased my income, now that I have bigger income. I want to make sure that I'm going to manage this cash flow well, wherein I feel like I'm really enjoying the fruits of my labor now, and at the same time, I am also feeling secured about my future. I'm also saving consistently towards my future goals. You can also watch this video with my client Tish, who was a clear example of this, because when she learned how to save sustainably with her current income, how she was able to pay off her debts and stay debt-free, when she started receiving more income in her business, she was able to spend without feeling FOMO, she was able to still save consistently, have a simple financial system, and now she's able to have six-figure savings, she's able to invest more into her future, and at the same time, fund her travels, fund her dream wedding, fund her bigger home with her husband. Like, check that interview with my client, because you're going to be inspired by her story, because if she was able to master the skill of saving consistently with a simple financial system and spending with intention, you can do it as well. Third reason why you're still struggling despite earning more is having this mindset, believing that once I earn more, then I'll have peace of mind. Then I'll finally have more freedom. So as you can see here, there's a trend thinking that we are relying on a circumstance for our state to change. Ibig sabihin, yung circumstance is like, oh, pagka nag-earn ako ng mas malaki, pag nagka-earn ako ng six figures, then I'll finally change. Then I'll feel differently about myself. And that is the biggest misconception of them all. If we allow circumstances to dictate who we want to be or how we're going to change, then that's not going to be sustainable. It's all about how can you make those changes now so that you're prepared to have bigger income. How can you change those habits now? How can you have this change of state right now? How can you have peace of mind now? How can you have freedom now before the additional income arrives? So in order to explain this further, I want to share like super important what I've learned in my coaching training is that there's a difference between state and goal. It's very different. So a state is like the state of peace of mind, the state of feeling freedom, the state of feeling at peace, right? That's not a goal. That's a state. a state of feeling, right? You can always get into that state. For instance, if you meditate, maybe you could have a sense of peace. You could have a sense of calm, right? You can tap into that anytime. A goal is like, how can you have a tangible goal that is more specific, that is more concrete, that is more achievable? All right. So a goal could be like, once I achieve my 3 to 6 months worth of emergency fund, I'll have the peace of mind to quit my job. That's a goal. That's literally what I did. Or once I achieve my freedom fund, which is 3 to 6 months worth of my ideal monthly income, then I'll be able to migrate abroad and live in that specific country that I've always wanted. Or once I finally pursue this career in freelancing or start this specific business or put up this business, then I'll finally have time freedom every day, knowing that I can control my time, I can freely live life on my terms, right? That's why people struggle with this, is thinking that, oh, pag nag-earn na ako ng 6 figures, then I'll have the peace of mind. Like, how do you know that? How do you know 6 figures is going to give you the peace of mind exactly? These are the questions that I really, really challenge my clients on, so that they don't wait for the income to have the peace of mind. They get to have the peace of mind now, because that's a state that they can always tap into, and how they can create concrete, achievable goals in line with that peace of mind, in line with that freedom that they want. So let me give you an example. Okay, so I remember when I thought in my corporate job, like, oh, once I earn more, then I'll finally have control of my time, because I'll be in a managerial position, I'll be able to have a team or something like that. I'll have more freedom of my time, I'll have more peace of mind in my career. And yet that didn't happen. That didn't happen because I wasn't clear about what freedom really looks like to me, what peace of mind really feels like to me, what does that really entail. And so even though I was earning more, it wasn't really giving me the peace of mind. Rather, it was doing the complete opposite. So that's what I mean about earning more does not necessarily mean more peace of mind. It's about how you manage that money to give you the peace of mind. So may it be like having your emergency fund, or may it be that knowing that you are on track with your finances to complete your emergency fund. Most of the time with my clients, when I coach them in creating those building blocks and achievable timelines for the emergency fund, for their freedom fund, they already have the peace of mind. They already have the peace of mind knowing that they're in control of their finances, how to manage it, how to allocate their income correctly, how to balance out their funds for their leisure, for their family, for their future. Knowing that you are in control of all those life goals, all of those aspects in your life, and you know how to allocate your funds across all of those buckets in your life, you could already have peace of mind. Knowing that you are in control, you are not lost, that you are managing your income well towards the goals that are really, really important to you. Like, I remember when I decided to quit my job, because I already had my emergency fund and my freedom fund that allowed me to do so. And then when I started my business, I was earning significantly less than my corporate job because I was just starting. So for like a few months, I was literally just banking on my freedom fund during the learning curve of my business. And then when I started earning, it was significantly less than my corporate job. But guess what? I had never felt more at peace. I had never felt the most utmost freedom and fulfillment in my life then. And I was earning less. And it's because I was finally pursuing my version of freedom. I was finally living out my purpose that gave me peace, knowing that I was honoring myself and I was honoring what I truly wanted. And that for me gave me the peace. That for me allowed me to freely pursue what I really want. And because I was at peace with where I was and where my income was going and where my savings were and how it was giving me the permission to experiment, to start a business, it was easy for me to like be creative in showing up in my business and starting my coaching business and helping my clients. And that naturally attracted the income, that naturally attracted the revenue into my business, because I was just all in pursuing this career that I want, pursuing the life that I really wanted in the first place. And fast forward to now, I'm earning way more as a business owner, as a content creator, versus my corporate job 2 years ago. And that made me realize that your income, earning more, just becomes a byproduct when you're doing what you love, when you're at peace with your finances, when you're at peace with where you're going, when you're at peace with the steps that you are taking right now. I've seen it many times with my clients when they finally can feel that sense of peace, sense of ease with their finances, knowing that they have a sustainable financial system in place where they can enjoy the fruits of their labor now with their current income and save consistently for their future goals. Also, because they have the clarity on the path to pursue the dream life. They have clarity and confidence in funding the life that they want with achievable timelines for their savings and investments. So please, the biggest mistake I see is waiting for the bigger income to arrive and then you'll make the changes and then you feel like you're gonna have the peace of mind, but it's the other way around. What I help my clients with is really understanding what gives them the peace of mind, what gives them freedom, so that we work backwards in making sure that they are aiming for the right target income, that they're not endlessly chasing the next income goal, and at the same time, they're empowered to save consistently towards funding the life that they deserve in line with that. That's why, as a money mindset and life coach, it's so important for me to coach my clients in having the clarity and direction towards where they want their life to go, where their life is going, towards the path that they want. Because when they're clear on the path towards their dreams, it's easy to align their financial system towards funding those life goals. So if you also want to make sure that you have the clarity and confidence in maximizing your current income to fund your goals into reality, then make sure you join the waitlist for my coaching program, Fund Your Freedom. My slots get fully booked 2 months in advance, so if you've always wanted to work with me, joining the waitlist is the way to go so that you can get access to early enrollment and secure your spot. All the details are found on my website on what you can expect inside my program, what's included. There's going to be one-on-one coaching, there's group coaching, so that you're really continuously supported and validated in the next 5 months with me as your coach. And if you want more real-life examples from my clients themselves on how I've helped them in funding their own dreams one by one, then check out this playlist on all of my interviews with my clients and get inspired, because that may be possible for you as well. See you there.